Practically, what advice do you give to mums who are trying to run a business and are also trying to be present for their kids and do all the things that we've talked about, show their kids what's possible, inspire their kids, but also be there for all the kind of bumps and bruises and everything and be present and practically available. And they're juggling these versions of themselves, the ambition and the nurture, and trying to find their own way through that because they are both of
Yes.
these things. We are all complex. And as mothers, we are still women with ambitions and things we want to do. But there's this whole role that is so important to us. And when the chips are down, it's the most important thing. It's
Yes.
absolutely the priority. So, what advice do you give to mums who are just trying to find their rhythm with all of this stuff?
Oh, Victoria, I love this question. And I love that you use the word rhythm because that's so key. So, two things: think about your mindset and also think about practical tools. And what I mean by that is if you are seeking work life balance, what that conjures in my mind is this idea of kind of walking a tightrope and you could fall off at any point. And that's how it feels when you kind of slip up in something. Whereas work life harmony, it's a mindset shift. You're thinking, I'm not on a tightrope, I'm not balancing plates, I'm not juggling balls. I am conducting the choir of my life. I'm conducting an orchestra to play the soundtrack of my life. And there will be points where I turn to the percussionist and I need that to be louder. Maybe that's the clatter of Christmas and organizing, putting up the Christmas tree with your kids and decorating the house and, you know, messy gingerbread men. Maybe you need that to be louder right now. And there will be times where maybe we're into January, February, things are picking up at work. You turn that down a little bit, calm things, and you turn and you focus more on the keyboard, the piano, whatever it is, that part of your life. So when you watch a conductor and they're figuring out the different harmonies, levels go up and down. You know, the conductor turns their attention different ways. That's how I see my life now. I see it as, okay, I'm in a season where I'm focusing more on my health and well-being. You know, I'm going to the gym. I'm thinking about what I eat more carefully and I'm trying to change habits. Then once those are playing in the background, hopefully they can stick and I can turn my attention elsewhere. So I know right now I am about 5 months off of launching Aya Botanicals, and that is going to be insane. I know this because I've launched multiple brands before. Launches are always stressful. So right now I'm really doubling down on making sure my kids are okay. You know, my daughter goes to high school soon. I'm out here, she's in year 5. I'm with the year 6 mums at the open days because I need to sort it out now and make our decisions and figure out, you know, any scholarships or any exams she has to do, or whether we're not doing that at all, whether we need to like move to the inner catchment area, all those big decisions. I'm not going to be able to do those next September when the forms are due because I will be in launch mode of my new startup. So I know I need to do that now. So I'm thinking ahead and I'm thinking about the rhythm and cadence of my life. I know I want things to be calm but fun. Energy is important. My kids need a lot of stimulation, a lot of fun, and so do I actually. So I am currently building for the future. And what I would say is the mindset shift is about thinking, I'm not juggling. I'm setting the rhythm for my life. I'm conducting the soundtrack to my life. That is a mindset shift and it reduces stress when you start to do it. One of the most useful practical tools, you need a whole toolkit to help you with this because it's all well and good to say that, but how do you actually do it? And we don't have much time. But my favorite tool, which is one I always find a way to slip this into my keynotes. I can't even remember how I came up with this. I think I was just very overwhelmed one day. Anyway, it's called the 5-4-3-2-1, and I do this most mornings. So I set a 5-minute timer. I take 4 deep breaths. Breathing is important. We don't have time to go into it, but
Sometimes we feel we
but
don't have time to breathe. Yeah.
that's why it's a 5-minute timer. Everyone has 5 minutes. And if you don't do an abridged version, actually, I found
Yeah.
that most of the time this actually takes me 2.5 minutes. So there's no excuse. But I set the 5-minute timer so I can like feel I've given myself 5 minutes. And what you do with the 5 minutes, 4 deep breaths, you can either do a physiological sigh, which is where you go in and then take a sharp inhale at the top and then sigh it out. And that has been proven to put us into our parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest, and chill us out. 4 of those, or you can do a box breath. So like in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. I taught my kids these techniques. They're very simple. Pick one or pick another technique. Do those things. Science-based breathing techniques. They're great. There's a book I'd recommend called Coherence by Dr. Someone. I can't remember his name, but I'll try and send it to you, Victoria. Read that book. It's about breathing and heart rate variability and how it's really good. Anyway, you've had your 5-minute timer. You've done your 4 breaths. You write down your 3 big things for the day. You do not consult your to-do list. 3 big things you know you need to do. If you have a meeting or an interview or a keynote or presentation that day, that's one of your big things. Don't be coming to put 3 big things when you already have big things in the diary. So 3 big things you have to achieve that day that are important, that will move the needle. These should be important and urgent things. 2 things your future self will thank you for. So these are usually important, not urgent things. So you don't have to do them now, but if you do it, it makes your life easier later. And then 1 act of self-care. That can be you go out for a matcha. It can be you take an actual lunch break. It can be you make a nutritious meal with your kids. And today you're going to teach them to chop vegetables so they can help you out with meal prep and learn a life skill, and everybody wins. Whatever it is, it might be you go to the gym. It might be you book babysitters for a date with your husband. Whatever it is for you, pick an act of self-care and do it. And the 2 future things, they don't have to be work things. It can be that you book an online shop. It can be that you schedule payments to the cleaner so that you don't have to figure it out every week. But you need to do them. So 5-minute timer, 4 deep breaths, 3 big things, your big rocks. That is essential. Your things you have to do. 2 things your future self will thank you for. 1 act of self-care. You probably still have 2 minutes on the timer. So that's when you literally write it out.